Okay, so this is for Capricorn, and we're gonna go ahead and do love. Is that cool? Love. Love, and I'll also do an oracle at the end, okay? Oracle, the mystical shaman oracle. So let's see what's going on with Capricorn in love, the love area of life. I have to have this up a little bit just so I can hear myself, so I can make sure, because I'm like all paranoid that you guys are gonna not be able to hear me. So, actually, you know what? I'll start with the Rider-Waite, the Giant, because I like it more. So if you're a Capricorn, you're here, welcome. I'm going to do a love reading for you. This is going to be for August 12th to September 12th, okay? And what's going on with Capricorn in love? October to September. I mean, August to September. October to September? Yeah, August. Some of you could be dealing with an Aquarius, a Libra, or an Aries. And it could be like this whole third-party situation thing. So if you have any of those signs involved with you, I feel like it could be a love triangle type thing, since I have so many signs out that just came out, and then we have the Three of Cups here. So this could also be like a bunch of friends getting together, and maybe that's how you guys met, or, you know, there's just some kind of, what's up, David? There's just some kind of, you know, gathering that you guys have going on together. But yeah, I see Aquarius here, and if it's not Aquarius, Libra, and Aries, then there's hope, there's, you know, fairness, there's, you know, good vibes, there's structure, you know, in the relationship. So I see it as, you know, pretty healthy and pretty, you know, respectful of each other and fair, you know. Also, let's see, there's the Queen of Swords here, so some kind of like, or that could just be like very honest communication, like very cutthroat, you know, just kind of like blunt. So you guys are not, so it's not like you know, too sensitive of a thing. It's like you guys are honest with each other, and it's a good thing. You can be honest and you can be straightforward. So that's what I'm seeing as far as how the relationship is so far. So what's going on this month and next month? Capricorn. So this could go either way too. So if I say like, oh, you know, Capricorn's doing this, and you're like, oh no, I'm doing that, and Capricorn's doing the total opposite of what you said, then it's like, that's okay. I mean, just, you know, make it go accordingly to however you interpret it in your life. Because I can't, you know, reach out to everybody since it's general. So if the message is there, great. And if it's not, then, you know, oh well. But, you know, just try to, you know, figure out how to do that there. So you have a decision to be made, possibly having to do with children. Judgment is upon you. I feel like there could have been this whole situation where it was like one of you cheated or something, or there was a player, someone not trying to like make their commitments, or it could even be like not cheating, but like, you know, you have responsibilities in a relationship, especially if you have children. So you have these responsibilities you're supposed to be doing, and it's like one of you just wasn't trying to do that, and you have to make this decision between, do you want to be that player or that person who's not trying to commit and, you know, do what they need to do for the relationship, put their part in? Or are you going to be that caring parent, or that caring, because I see, you know, the Six of Cups, so it's like, you know, what's that? Is that like giving to a child, or like giving to someone younger than you? Maybe it just means generosity in general. Like, are you going to be giving your part, or are you not going to be giving your part? You're going to kind of like not want to commit to the situation. This isn't on Twitch, no. That's funny because my dad is with an Aries as well, and he's a Capricorn. So that's funny because when I saw that, I was like, oh, wait. Okay, so yeah, there's some kind of situation where it's like either you want to be generous or you want to, you know, not commit. I feel like for some of you, it's in between. Like you're like, I don't know if I really want to be committed or not, or if I want to give myself to this person in a generous way. And that's going to cause some complications. Something comes out possibly having to do with the Taurus. Also, it could just be like what's conventional, what's right is something that you're thinking about. You know, that judgment, that better judgment. You know, you're thinking about what's, you know, what am I supposed to be doing? What are people going to be expecting of me and things like that? And what does society kind of expect of me? And money, you know, is an issue. Not necessarily an issue, but it's just a concern. And it may be too much of a concern for the Capricorn, or it could even be for, you know, the Capricorn's partner. But or it could be for both of you. But the point is that, you know, someone is kind of caring a little too much about money. Either that or money's good. So if, you know, it could go either way. But I feel like money is like too much of a concern. Like, you know, you guys are kind of focused more on like, what am I supposed to be doing in society? Like, what are they looking at me like? And is that even, you know, is that even what I am doing? But really, it's not about that. You know, if you're not happy in the situation, then who cares what society's thinking about it? You know what I mean? It could look perfect and it just not be happy at all, and that would just suck. So, but yeah, the Tower's here with you in this whole, you know, you're undecided about which way to go. You know, do I want to give myself to this person or not? And really, it's kind of going to end in disaster. Is that because cheating? Is that because, you know, it just ends in disaster because someone doesn't make a decision? You know, a decision needs to be made here because it's like one or the other, and I just don't see it kind of progressing or progressing any further, you know? It seems like it's just going to be stagnant, and then that's going to kind of cause some problems here. So something comes out, and I feel like, yeah, okay, it has to do with someone's a little too concerned with society and how they look, their image. It could even be just like not really focusing on the heart of the relationship and what needs to be taken care of. It could mean also that someone's really working hard right now to keep, you know, the relationship going, you know, like with money and just with the security, you know, with things that keep you feeling secure, like money is one of them. And I think we can all agree to that. But, you know, it shouldn't be the most important thing, you know, in a love relationship. But it certainly is important. So I feel like, but that's like, you know, one of you is really working hard and the other is just not, or the other's not appreciating it, or they're just not on the same level as you in that way. Like they're just not as concerned with it. So that could be either they're not concerned with it because it's nothing to be concerned with, and you're just too concerned with it, or it could be that they're not concerned with it because you're concerned with it proper, you know, in a way that's okay, because right now you're struggling or whatever and you need to be focused on it and they're not. So I mean, it could be that, you know, you're too focused, or maybe you're just focused enough and they're just not. So whichever way that goes. But then again, you know, so like I said, it could be that, you know, someone's really focused on the security of the relationship, which is okay, or it's too much and it's kind of just focusing on their image and everything and not really the relationship. If you guys are thinking about like this is too hard, and, you know, because with the Tower there's some big change and some big unexpected kind of like boom, everything falls to pieces and then hopefully gets better. Because when I see the Tower, I always think, you know, it's going to get better after that. Like, it doesn't have to be a breakup. The Death card is more of like a card telling me like there's an ending, but even then it could just be a transformation or a change. But with the Tower, it's more, the difference is that it's more destructive, it's more unpleasant, most likely. You know, most of the time it's not really pleasant. It's kind of just, you know, it's pretty rough. But a lot of times, you know, after the Tower, I look at it like, how could it get any worse? Like, it's only up from here, and that's a good thing. So, you know, it doesn't really mean that you guys are going to break up necessarily, although you could. I mean, it's definitely possible. But yeah, I feel like you guys are reminiscing, and it's like because of this stress that's going on in the relationship, and so you're kind of thinking, should I be with the person or not? And aside from the whole should I be single or not, should I be on my own or not, it's you know, later on, it's like, because of these arguments, and, you know, money could be a concern, or how people are viewing you could be a concern. And I feel like, you know, just knowing how my dad is, like, I don't really know exactly how he thinks, but the way it seems is that he doesn't really think much about how he cares about his image so much. Like I feel like he really does care about his image. It's obvious and it's kind of fake, but like, sorry, but it is. But, you know, fake in the sense of like, are you living authentically? Or are you living because it looks good and you can, you know, have money and, you know, people will know that? Or it's like, you know, are you really happy like that? I mean, they think so. I mean, I guess maybe they are, but it's like, I feel like he doesn't really think about how that's a bad thing to be focused on the image instead of actually what feels right to you. But so it could be that, you know. And you guys, I don't know, it's like you care about this person a lot. I think it's a very caring relationship. I mean, I think it's there that you guys have care. It's just that there's like these little hang-ups, these little superficial hang-ups. These are the Rider-Waite, the giant Rider-Waite. It's just like the Rider-Waite tarot, but it's giant. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it too. Yeah, so I feel like there's a lot of care in the relationship, and it's just the peace of mind. The whole reason that there's no peace of mind here is because someone's being stubborn, or both of you are being stubborn. It could be one or the other, or both. It's like, you know, there are these things that you can do to make it better, but you're just not doing those things, or you're not even seeing it like, I need to change. You're like, they need to change, or I need, you know, to do this, and they need to do that. And it's really just something that's kind of not necessarily selfish, but just not able to see that there's two sides and there's two parts to this, and that, you know, you guys both have to give something. You have to give effort to make things better. So I feel like that's kind of a lot that's going on with a lot of the signs this week, or this month, rather. Like, it's just like, you know, the love's there. It's just you guys aren't kind of meeting in the middle and making it work. You guys aren't putting that effort that needs to be given on both sides. So, very common issue, you know, nothing crazy. But let's see if we can get any further into this. So what can Capricorn do to, you know, what exact actions can Capricorn themselves take and, you know, make happen that will be beneficial to the relationship and its issues currently? So no matter what partner they have, what can they do? And hopefully this relates to quite a few of you, because I'm sure, you know, there's a different situation for everybody. But, you know, what can Capricorns do to heal the relationship? At least knowing that they put their best effort out, because their efforts are going to be taken action. In what way? Okay. Okay. Strange. Okay, like I said, you know how Capricorn sometimes can kind of, I feel like, be almost blind to the fact that, like, the things they care about really aren't important. Like, not that they're not important, that's a little brutal, but, you know, just like what society thinks of you, or what your image is, or how good your job is, like, that's not really what's going to help your relationship. I mean, having a good job's great, but I mean, you know what I mean. Like, it's just not everything. So just caring about your image is kind of something that's a downfall for the relationship, and I don't know if you realize that. And with the Eight of Swords here, I feel like you know, because I was thinking, like, why would you, you know, taking action in what way to heal the relationship, what, be trapped? Like, no, but I see it as more like, yeah, it's like you're not really seeing that all the love is there. It's just that you are fighting with something that does not matter, some materialistic thing, or something. You can't take it with you when you die, you know, when you go. And in this life, we just have to live, you know, one time. Or, you know, some people believe in reincarnation and all that. But I mean, like, this life right now, for what we know, this is the only one we've had. Or maybe you know you've had a past life. But what I mean is right now, your life now, you know, you can't go back and change things. So you don't want to fuck things up because you're caring so much about what other people think, when it's like, who gives a shit about what these other people think, you know? So I feel like you're being defensive about the wrong things. You're being defensive about things that are not helpful. You know, it's really just as simple as not caring, you know, not focusing on what other people are thinking as much, and just focusing on what your partner's thinking, and what you're thinking about your partner in the relationship, and you guys communicating with one another about what you think, not looking outside, but looking inside the relationship to heal it. So what can Capricorn's partner do? What actions can they take to help heal this relationship and all the issues going on currently? What actions can Capricorn's partner take to know that they gave it their best? Okay, so again, I get Leo and Cancer energy, but also I get that you're having to, you know, there's been a lot of caution, but there's also been a lot of unnecessary actions being taken. So I feel like you need to take a certain action in a certain direction and release any kind of stubbornness or any kind of like pride, you know, because with the Strength card here, I see it as like you need to let go of that and kind of just allow things to happen, but not in a way that's, you know, it's like don't have too much strength about it. And what I mean by that is don't be too, you know, like I'm strong, right? But really I'm just being stubborn and I'm making it harder for everybody, you know? It's like this relationship, like I feel like it's a very like cold relationship. Like it's not very lovey-dovey, it's not very communicative, it's not very like open. It's very, you know, like expectations and like, you know, how we're supposed to look in the image and like, you know, are we doing the right things that we're supposed to be doing for what everyone else is doing, or, you know, what everyone else, you know, feels success actually means. And, you know, I feel like there's just not a lot of like open, authentic kind of give and take and exchange of anything. I mean, it's like very shallow and like, not that you guys don't care about each other. I see you care about each other. But I mean, I just don't know if this is going to last very long. I just feel like it's so like you guys don't even know each other really, because really you're focused on things that make you look good, but it's not things that really you care about. And so that could be a lot of the reason why you guys are kind of not really happy. And that could be a lot of the reason why, you know, in the beginning there, one of you is considering leaving. You know, do I want to be single and go around and, you know, have fun, or do I want to like give myself to this person? And, you know, maybe it's just not enough for you, but because it's like the problems that you guys are having, I feel like, are just problems that have to do with, you know, why anyone would get with anyone in the first place. Like you get to know somebody and decide if you want to get with them. And it seems like you guys just got with each other on the whole, you know, with the whole idea of like, we look good together. People think this is good. And like, why wouldn't we do it? But it's not really like, I really care about you and want you to be happy, and so I'm going to try to like add to your life and hopefully you can add to mine, you know, and like we can like be in love and all that. Like it doesn't seem like it's very lovey-dovey. Now passion is different than love, and so it could be very passionate. Maybe the sex is good or something, and that's why you guys are, you know, feel like it's a very good thing too. I don't know, I just feel like there's a lot of like the issues that you're having have to do with like, you know, it seems like you guys just never really got to really know each other in the first place. And so maybe you're together because of reasons that are kind of, wow. Okay, well, if my dad's watching this, then I kind of feel like that relates. But I don't think he is watching it, but I'm just saying, wow, that's crazy. I just realized like that kind of makes sense from the way I see it. I don't know if that really is what it is, but okay. And it looks like, yeah, if you guys can come together and work this out, then that's a great thing. That's something that's going to work out for you. There's victory, there's recognition from society, you know. So how would they, what do they need to do like to gain this victory? What's this victory about? Because then I also see someone carrying on all the weight. What's this victory about for Capricorn? Okay, so there could be an earth sign that you may reunite with, or it could just mean that you guys are coming back together and giving each other those, you know, actually coming together like the beginning again, and coming together and being like, hey, I love you, and actually trying harder to like be more lovey-dovey, you know, because we have messages of love here. So it could be that you guys are kind of trying to turn it around and be more lovey-dovey, maybe after watching this. But maybe you just feel like it's time to do that, and that's a good idea, because I feel like there's just not a lot of warmth here, you know? There's not a lot of personal connection. It's more like just what you're supposed to do, or what looks good, and I don't know, I don't see that really being a very loving, or, you know, a thing where you guys can really experience a lot of happiness. So let's do that. And let's see, what else can we do right now? Like, I'm gonna do resist and release and invite. So what that means is, you know, I'm gonna do one card for like what you guys need to release and resist doing, like don't do this, those kinds of actions and those kinds of behaviors. And then there's invite, which is a helpful thing for your relationship. And then the outcome. So we'll do the main issue, what you need to stop doing, what you need to do, and or what would be helpful and what wouldn't be helpful. And then the outcome of that, if you're able to do that. So let's see. So we can get some like specific things going on here, some main issues here. So this is for Capricorn. Okay. So very quickly, okay, so you have a lot of decisions and very quickly you need to act on them in order to, you know, make this work or create something that's going to be better and long lasting and something that's going to be beneficial to the relationship. Like I feel like if you don't do that very soon, then, you know, it could go all downhill. See that tower there? It could go all downhill pretty quickly. So okay, so we have our main issue as you need to release something. The thing that will help. Wait, okay. Okay. Wow. So I have Leo and Aries again, as some energies here also, but so it could be that, okay, you need to, the issue is you need to release something. So I'm going to go ahead and think that that means that what they're saying is release this whole kind of pride feeling. You know how I was saying how there's that pride and there's that like too much strength of like, I can, you know, I don't, whatever, fine, that's okay. Like I don't even need to give in or compromise because I'm just, you know, so prideful. So get rid of that Leo pride, get rid of that. And then add the structure, the responsibility. So I feel like it could be Capricorn is the one who was considering, you know, staying or leaving. Like, do I want this commitment or not? Because then this card comes out as saying you need to invite that. So if you want victory in this relationship, which is the outcome, by the way, victory here. So if you want victory in this relationship, which remember I was asking, what's this victory about? What's this victory about when I got it before? So it's very interesting because here it is. That's the victory. And you guys can have that victory if you are able to, Capricorn, specifically if you're able to, and you know, I know I'm saying Capricorn, but it could go vice versa. It might have just come out that way. So if it does, go ahead and you know, look at it accordingly. But for what I'm getting with this is Capricorn is the one who kind of was most likely, I'm thinking, because of how the cards laid out in the beginning, it seems like you're the one who wasn't really sure, you know, if you wanted to stay with this person or not, because now we have this kind of, you know, you have to be responsible and you have to add structure and responsibility and taking responsibility for things and you know, making sure you're holding your end of the relationship and the responsibilities associated that you guys both have that you share. So like yours though, particularly, because this is talking about you. So if you want to improve it and you want that victory, then all you have to do is kind of just put more effort and make sure that you're really there for the like really present instead of just focusing on money or whatever it is. So next for Capricorn's partner, what do they need to invite, resist, and release? And what's the outcome? So what's the main issue for the partner here? In their eyes, what's the main issue here? Okay. So some of you could be kind of socializing with other people too much. Like I said, looking outside the relationship to find answers or even to just looking for the happiness outside of the relationship. Like you're not even looking at like to each other for the happiness. It could be that you're just like out with friends all the time and you're just not really focusing on the other person enough, and you feel like they're not even able to give it to you, so you're just going to go find it somewhere else. And you know, you might want to question why you're even with them, but yeah, I feel like you guys do want to be together, but it's like your needs just aren't being met, and you just don't know how to communicate that to each other. But it's not that you don't want to be together because it works, but it's just like, it's just so cut off emotionally. Like there's no connection, there's no like, you understand me. It's kind of just like a routine, like this is what we do and this works, but you don't really know what I need, and that's why I'm going outside of the relationship to try to find that and try to make myself happy there so I can come home and do this and then, like, you know, go fuel myself again outside. So what do they need to invite, or what do they need to resist and release doing? What do they need to invite? Give me more on that, please. Elaborate. Okay. Give me more on the King of Swords, please. For release. Okay, so for some of you, I feel like what you need to invite, you need to put the sword down with Capricorn, okay? Because Capricorn's card came out here. Now, there are these arguments that you guys are very, for some of you, it's very toxic and argumentative, and that's not something that's really going to be very helpful in solving any kind of issue. I'm not judging, I'm just explaining what I'm seeing here. And so I feel like for some of you, it could be kind of toxic in the arguments and everything, and that needs to go. But what you need to do is put the sword down. Like, you need to stop being so argumentative. You need to kind of just try to compromise, try to figure out how you guys can work it out in both ways. Because I feel like for you, you know, this is Capricorn's partner, and it could go vice versa. But for what I'm seeing here and how I'm doing the spread, it's Capricorn's partner. So it's like you are so ready to fight. And, you know, some of you, I feel like you need to defend yourself. Like, you feel like you need to defend yourself almost against them because they're accusatory, or maybe they're just so critical, or, you know, something like that, to where you feel like you just have to, like, defend yourself always. But, and, you know, that's an issue in itself if that is the case. But it's saying to invite in order to help the relationship. So invite, you know, don't be so ready to just fight. You know, be ready to kind of compromise more instead of fight with the Capricorn. So, and that could get you a long way. So, also what you need to release is, okay, so some of you need to tell the Capricorn the truth. There's some truth that is going to come out no matter what, no matter how you swing it. I mean, it's going to come out. And right now it isn't out, but it's going to come out. And so it's better to just let it out, because it's going to be released, and it might not be very pleasant if it has to be released in a way before you were ready to kind of explain yourself, or, you know, if they have to find out without you telling them. That could be even worse than you just telling them. But I feel like some truth just needs to come out right away. And so you need to resist any kind of lying, any kind of, you know, being secretive at all. You just need to be very straightforward, and also taking action. I feel like some of you are with the fire sign, Capricorn. I feel like you're with the fire sign because I'm getting a lot of fire here. I'm also getting a lot of air though. So like in the beginning, it showed Aquarius, it showed Libra, it showed Aries, Leo, it's showing a few times. It showed Aries twice, it showed Leo twice. And I'm getting more fire here, so yeah, I feel like some of you just need to stop taking action in the wrong ways. And what does the wrong way mean? Well, first of all, running away from your issues. You know, you need to focus more on what is the right thing and how to compromise. I feel like a lot of avoidance is here, a lot of running away from the issues, a lot of running away from really what the main problems are. So, I mean, just focus on that. Couples therapy is always a great idea, you guys. You should only have to go a few times for them to really be able to help you, because actually I saw this video on YouTube. And it's this guy, shoot, I wish I could remember all the, it's like 5 letters or something. It starts with L, and I know that sounds retarded, but I can't think of what it is right now. But it's this guy that interviews people, like different people, you know, like one of them was a marriage counselor. And I thought it was a really interesting video because he says, you know, if you're going to your therapy for like a few years, then that's like they're not really helping you. You know, you should only be going for like a couple sessions. He goes for like about 4 each time you see somebody. And like, you know, any couple he sees, he says it's usually about 4 sessions, because all you need to really figure out is how to compromise and how to work together, and if you're really wanting to do that, and most people are. So you know, check that out. I hope, you know, if anyone knows what that is. Actually, you know what? I'll figure it out and I'll link it, because it's a really interesting video and you guys should really watch it, because a lot of people I feel like are really not into therapy at all, or they don't trust it, or especially like marriage counseling as well. It's like, you know, they're just not trusting of it, and they just think, what can they do for me? I can fix my own marriage. But really, it's not even about like, you know, obviously you can't, you know, like, you know, you need some help sometimes. So it's okay, you know, couples therapy, you know, it doesn't even have to be marriage. But I think you guys should check that out. And I suggest couples therapy because I feel like these issues, you know, you guys might actually find out that you don't even really want to be together because of the main issues you're having are not really, but you know, it is a concern of your needs being met, I feel like, because you guys are kind of looking outside the relationship to get it, and also just not being very open with each other. So maybe once you guys are able to be open, you'll see that you want to be together and you'll see how to be open. But until then, a lot of these problems are still going to persist. So check that out. Check out some marriage counseling or couples counseling. And that is just my suggestion. I'll suggest it to everybody, no matter what the situation is. You know, you never know. It's always good to go there and check out, you know, if you have some issues that can be resolved, or if you just don't really want to resolve them because you don't feel like being with that person. So, yeah, the outcome of this, peace of mind. Look, that's the outcome. Peace of mind, temperance, awesome. Awesome. Or, you know, that could be Sagittarius if you guys are dealing with the fire sign. But I think it's peace of mind because, you know, the outcome is not Sagittarius, right? It's peace of mind. That makes sense. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Let's see what else we got. I'm going to do that whole thing I did last time. Hopefully Tyler over at Tyler's Tarot is not going to be too upset because I haven't spoken with him about it, but I did email him about it. It's this little thing that he does, this little spread type thing that he does. I don't know if anyone else does it, but he's where I saw it from, so that's why I'm trying to give him a shout out and you know, give him the credit for it. And what he does is he goes from Aries to Pisces, and he'll say if you're with an Aries and Capricorn, you know, this, and so I'm going to do that, and then we'll do Oracle. So somebody let me know if that's a problem, like Tyler, if that's a problem, if you even are able to, if you ever see this and that's a problem for you, for me doing that, then please let me know because I'll stop doing it. So I just want to give you the credit. Tyler's Tarot, he's a really great tarot reader. His shit's pretty on point, so well, it's not even pretty on point. It's kind of scary, actually. And I love it. So check him out. Also, Astro Tarot Synergy. She's my girl, and forgot to mention her in the beginning, but I'm mentioning her now. Astro Tarot Synergy. She's a really great tarot reader as well here on YouTube. And, you know, her readings are very long and in-depth, and she has so much information to give. I mean, it's just, like, constant. Like, you learn so much each time. Like, I learn so much each time I listen to one of her readings on Virgo. And so, you know, or on, you know, different signs, like my boyfriend, Aquarius. And so it's like I learn so much every time, and I just think that's a really great, those two are really great readers that you guys should check out for sure. And her link is in the description, so Astro Tarot Synergy, she's really awesome. So we're going to start with Aries, which she's an Aries as well. So we're going to start with Aries and Capricorn. Yeah, there's a lot of care there. Maybe betrayal comes out. Yeah, but there's still a lot of care. It's like something comes to light and one of you feels betrayed about something. But there's still so much care there. Like we have the King and Queen of Cups. So it's like soulmate maybe. Soulmate connection. But it's like, you know, a lot of times soulmates are kind of just like, you know, things are hard for them at first because they're not really sure how that whole thing goes. And I'm not even really sure how it goes. So don't ask me. I mean, I haven't really learned much about that yet. But I just know that like with soulmates a lot of times, or wait, is that twin flames? I don't know. Something like that. But it's like, you know, they don't always know that like it's supposed to be and things are just difficult for them, but something keeps drawing them back together, or it's like a karmic thing or whatever it is, you know. But it's like, I feel like it's a good bond that is supposed to be there because the King and Queen of Cups, it's like you guys both have that, but there's some kind of issue going on in the middle to where it's like, you know, there's just some kind of betrayal or some kind of concern with betrayal or some kind of like unexpected, stab in the back. So that comes out, but I feel like the care is still there. So if you guys are experiencing any troubles like that, I think in the end you guys are going to get back together, or it's going to still be very caring energy. If you do break up, it's still going to be like you guys always care about each other. So this is Taurus and Capricorn. Okay, I see Leo. Taurus. Sorry, I just want to see if I was shaking you. So Taurus and Capricorn. There is a lot of strength here with you guys in this relationship. Like, you give each other a lot of strength, and that really helps you guys to kind of push forward and do what you need to do and feel appreciated and recognized, and like you're actually, doing the right thing in life, like you're winning in life. Like you're doing what you want to be doing and it's working out. There's some decision that needs to be made, though. I think it has a lot to do with introspection. Also, this is a Virgo energy, but I feel like introspection is a good thing. Whenever I see the Hermit, I always think, okay, someone needs to do some self-work or some, evaluating of how their behaviors or what they're doing in life, or even just if they're happy in life, if they're happy with each other. So I feel like some decision needs to be made there, like whether or not to do that work. But there is a lot of love here. There could be some issues here with one of you who, personally, and it's causing troubles in the relationship altogether. So one of you needs to do that self-work and, heal that shit and let's go, because it's really causing you both a lot of trouble. But, easier said than done. But also I get someone might not be wanting to commit, and it might not be wanting to commit to that, like actually looking at yourself and trying to figure out what it is that you need to change. It could be that. So it could be both of you guys not really wanting to change the things that you need to change that would be very helpful to each other. So it's kind of, but there's a lot of love there. So it's kind of just like, an irresponsible kind of not trying to do what you need to do kind of thing. It's nothing like, but it is a big deal if you guys won't change, if you guys won't work together and change those things individually and in the relationship, then obviously it's not going to work out very well, or it's going to keep being, a problem. But I don't really see much of a problem here. It's just like someone needs to check themselves, and they're not doing that. So this is for Gemini and Capricorn. So I think one of you is taking care of the other, and you feel trapped in that, or they feel trapped because you're taking care of them, or they're taking care of you, or vice versa. But a lot of work is being put into this, and one person is not giving, or like the person who's putting in work is the other person. There's one person putting in work, like a lot of work and dedication and time and effort into this. The other person just isn't meeting them halfway, but they feel like they have the security with this person, and so they feel trapped. Consider whether or not you really want to be with this person, or if they're using you possibly, and that's why they're not putting in effort, because they're just using you. Couples counseling, again, is a great idea. So, keep that in mind. And we're going to move on to Cancer and Capricorn, opposite signs. Mac Miller, Ariana Grande. That is so sad that he's gone. But yeah, Cancer and Capricorn. I was listening to Mac Miller today. I was like, fuck, this album's so great. He's like such a good album. But he's also just, he was a person too. So he was really, I don't know him personally. I never did, but I know he was loved dearly. And it's just tragic. So Cancer and Capricorn, there could be a marriage that's ending, or transformations that need to happen, but it looks like arguments. I would say a marriage that's ending, and arguments associated with the whole, ending of a marriage. Or, we have Scorpio and Taurus energy here, and fighting. It's like you guys want that happiness of like the happy family type feeling, but there's arguments. And so you guys are considering leaving each other or divorcing. I see marriage ending. Or maybe that's just what you're thinking about, or that's kind of an issue lately. arguments. I get Sagittarius, but arguments I think are as simple as your guys' peace of mind. Like again, needs not being met, needs not being communicated properly. So it could just be as simple as that. You know, get that counseling. You know, figure out how to communicate, because a lot of people, the problem is just that they can't communicate right. You know, and they get defensive, they get argumentative, or which I feel like is the issue here. But they just can't get out in a way that isn't accusatory, like you're not meeting my needs, or, you know, no, it's like, these are my needs, and, you know, I mean, I don't know, whatever they are going to tell you to communicate, and whatever way they're going to tell you how to communicate, but, you know, it's like, just there's problems associated with the communication, and how to get each other's needs met, and how to communicate that. So, that's it. Big issue, but not one that can't be helped and changed, so, and improved, I should say. So this is for Leo and Capricorn. I'm just shuffling away, like, dropping cards everywhere. It's one of the things about tarot, you can get messy, you know? Okay, so it looks like you guys could have had a break, and now you're getting back together. Yeah, reunion. Okay, and it could have been because of a third party. It could have been also that somebody at work was, you know, you were looking at them, and that's kind of where it could have just been an emotional affair type thing. I feel like it's very short-lived, and then you guys reunite. Yeah, and you guys offer each other love again. You start working together, you start collaborating again after this kind of separation that you guys had, after that break. So that's good. You guys let go of the defensiveness, because someone's going to feel very neglected because of that. If you guys want that freedom that the Fool has, if you guys want to, you know, then you have to clean the slate, and you have to act like, you know, you really do have that Fool energy of like, you know, we haven't been through shit, we haven't put each other through shit, like this is a good thing and we're good. You know, because I feel like you guys are just kind of, whatever happened, somebody's defending themselves too much, and it's just... And I feel like it could be the Leo because of the fire, the wands, the 7 of wands here. So if you're defending yourself, drop that shit and just make sure that you are, yeah, and then the one feeling left out in the cold, so that's 5 of Pentacles, so it could be the Capricorn, the Earth. So just make sure that you guys are like meeting together on the same level. If you want to be together, you want to be together, you know? You got to drop that shit from the past, or it's not going to, things aren't going to get better. So this is Virgo and Capricorn. Undecided. Okay, take opportunities that come your way. It seems like you guys are undecided about something in the relationship. Don't make any hasty decisions, because that's going to lead to your guys' ending than anything. More than anything, it will lead to the whole completion of this whole, you know, relationship as it stands. So make sure you're using your better judgment. You're taking opportunities to improve the relationship as they come. And, you know, cut the undecidedness out, but don't take hasty decisions. You know what I mean? Like, you make sure that you're really thinking this through. Like, the Hermit should be here, but it's not. But it's Virgo, so I guess that kind of makes sense. This is for Libra and Capricorn. I'm getting a lot of cards falling out here, so I only have a few left. But I'll pick some up on my other deck, and we'll go on with Scorpio after. But this is Libra and Libra and felt like Libra, Scorpio, Sag. But this is Libra and Capricorn. Okay. Yeah, so you guys could be newly, like this person could just be eyeing you for the time, like they're just noticing you and they're really wanting to spend time with you. They really want to take action in that way, like they want something to start with you, Capricorn. They're willing to put in time and they're willing to wait. You know, because they've been looking for a long time for something that really meant something to them, something that they could really rely on. They've been searching for it for a long time, and I feel like when they see you, they just know that they want to give you everything they want. They really want to be with you. And committedly, too, you know, long term. Because, you know, they're willing to kind of put in that work and be patient and wait for it to grow with you into something more serious. This is Scorpio and Capricorn. Okay. For some of you, I feel like it could be about divorce and, you know, the whole legal proceedings having to do with that. And some of you it won't, okay? Because I was getting a whole different story, but then I got that, so I'm just going to mention that. And it's going to be a painful thing, obviously, as divorces usually are. And, you know, but once you guys are done putting up a fight and you're able to communicate, somebody might be a little traumatized after that, but I think it'll be a little bit better if you guys are willing to compromise rather than be all, you know, fighting all the time. So if you're able to make this work, and it could be just a simple, you know, a divorce that's, you know, you guys can make it work like as adults and kind of try to put all the shit away and just make it as clean as possible, then that's, you know, a good thing. But for those of you who that does not apply, I feel like there's hope in the situation. I mean, you guys are, it's a fair, honest relationship, but some actions led to some kind of pain here. So whatever those actions are, let down the defenses, you know, let down the defenses, whatever actions they were, they really caused a lot of pain, and you're being defensive about it. Well, not Capricorn necessarily, but whoever is being defensive about it, and it's not needed. You guys need to communicate properly, again, couples counseling, okay? And, you know, because it left someone traumatized, and someone is afraid, they're not really sure how to trust you. So don't be a dick, you know? I mean, you guys got to work together, and if you want to be together and make this person comfortable and able to trust you again, then that's, you know, put away the defenses and just try to accept whatever actions you took that were wrong. Try to just accept that so you can move on, because if you don't accept that, you can't move on. They're going to be going crazy trying to figure out what they're trying to move on from with you, and you're not giving them that. So just give that to them so they can do that with you. Because in a relationship, you guys, it's not just one. It's, you know, they can't deal with it on their own. They gotta, you have to make them feel better about it too, or try, you know. I feel like you're just not doing that. So this is Sagittarius and Capricorn. Disappointment here. It looks like someone new could have come in. It could have been a Gemini, but it could have just been a new love. Some new kind of situation came in. And with the Lovers, instead of the Two of Cups, a lot of times I feel like it's more of like a fling thing. So something that wasn't too serious, but someone, you know, and again, I feel like there's defensiveness over something that began with someone new. So it could have been that you guys broke up and then you got with whoever got with someone new. The other person was like not cool with that, and it's kind of like they're holding on to something that you guys aren't even together anymore. But so, you know, be careful with that. There's some kind of person who isn't trying to let go. They're trying to fight this, and I feel like you've just moved on, whoever that is about, you know, whether it's Capricorn or Sag. But one of you has moved on, and the other person's still trying to fight for, you know, and against you having a new beginning. And they want a new beginning with you, or they want a second chance. So I feel like they're just kind of ruining any kind of love situation you have. So, you know, someone's doing that to the other. That's just what I'm getting out of that. So be careful, you know, if your car isn't starting and you find sugar in the gas tank, then, you know who did it. No. But yeah, not necessarily okay, but maybe. Maybe. Okay, this is for Capricorn. Someone's on the defense after a broken heart. Yeah, there's still sneakiness going on, so be careful. Yep, a lot of pain here, you guys, a lot of pain. Someone looking for more, or this could be someone looking for more in life, and that's leading them to kind of cheat or whatever it is, like after the betrayal, after the loss, the heartbroken. It could even be that there was a loss personally, like maybe a death in the family or something. That's leading to a lot of disconnect, but also there's sneakiness here, so I feel like it does have to do with cheating or something like that. Just some kind of deception or being sneaky, or taking something just under your nose that you can't quite see, but it is deception and sneaky. Or this could be that someone's sneaking off for their own safety because they're fearful. And this is painful for them, but they're willing to walk away for their own safety, but they have to sneak away to do it, and it's causing them a lot of pain to do it because they most likely are still in love with this person. But the thing is, you know, they know that this is not a good situation. Also, if you are that person who's trying to get away, you might want to do it very quickly, or it's going to be happening very quickly. So Capricorn Aquarius now. There's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of pettiness too. You guys are like back and forth from between like, you know, a regular relationship and one that's just a competition. Like I feel like this is just a competition and one person's concerned with winning the arguments, and it's not even really about like caring about how the other person feels. I feel like it's just a very selfish kind of like, why are you guys even together? You know, it's like, it's so petty and just like, like this is about me and I'm gonna win and I'm happy with winning. But it's like, you guys are always fighting. I just feel like it's not really there for you guys. And this is Capricorn and Pisces. Yeah, someone needs to do some introspective work again. I'm getting Capricorn here and Virgo, but also someone could be spying on the other person, and they're really forceful about that. Like they could be stalking, like in a way that's very aggressive, and that needs to end. Like someone needs to do some inner introspection, you know, and realize that that's a very unhealthy thing. That's could be why the devil's here too. Someone's very forceful about that. I feel like it's kind of stalking at another level, another degree, a whole new degree. Yep, Pisces, look at that. Capricorn and Pisces. They both came out in the Capricorn and Pisces reading. It's kind of cool. So who needs to do the introspective work though? Who's the weirdo? No, I'm not trying to be mean, but who's the one with problems here? Like who can't realize that this is unhealthy and it's not gonna help anything in this relationship. It's not gonna do you any good. Okay, so yeah, this break is really gonna release. You're feeling released from this person, and obviously because they're kind of frightening, but they may not be reacting to it very well. So just be careful of that, okay? Yeah, you're trying to get as far away from this person as possible. Even move your residence. You're trying to even move, so that's scary. But okay, so let's do an oracle now. This is the Mystical Shaman Oracle. Very cool. Every reading I do is spot the fuck on, so hopefully yours is too. Okay, so give me some insight for Capricorn for August 12th to September 12th, 2019 regarding love in all aspects of life. Just give them some insight, some extra insight here that could help them along the way this month for Capricorn. Taming the wind. Taming the wind. Upright. All right. The essence here. Oh, that is a feather. It says here the feather. You can't really see that very well, can you? Here, there you go. Taming the wind. So the essence. Here the feather, a symbol that is used in clearing ceremonies for smudging, reminds you of the sacred commitment you make to your life. This is a symbol of consciously bringing the spiritual into the material, infusing the world with reverence and an acknowledgement of the higher places of existence that influence and animate all life. The feather is a symbolic reminder of deliberately entering into a partnership with the Great Spirit to co-create for the highest good of all. So that's kind of what I was saying, huh? It's like there's this materialistic aspect to it that's really just not important. You have to connect with each other and with the spirit of the relationship. I feel like that's kind of what it's saying, is that, like, you know, in regards to your reading, connecting on a deeper level, on a more spiritual level, like instead of just here now, physical, material, you know, that's not what we're here for. So, and that's not what you're together for, is just material. That won't work, you know, and it could, but I mean, who wants just that? There's no real love in that. So, okay, and then the invitation, it's time to clear your energy, be present, and become conscious of how you communicate. Okay, see? Told you, spot the fuck on. It's, you know, be present. Like I said, be present. You have to be more present and be putting effort into the other person and, you know, communicating your needs properly. Get that marriage counseling or couples counseling. That could really do you guys some world of good. So, yeah, become conscious of how you communicate. This is a good time to write in a journal. That's an idea. And put your thoughts into a cohesive form. Perhaps you need to actually do a smudging ceremony in your home or office, creating a sacred space to write about your dreams and desires. Just remember that when taming the wind appears as a symbol, it is time to honor the Great Spirit with reverence and respect. So now, I got that card the other day and I didn't quite understand it, but now I get it a lot more. I feel like, okay, so yeah, you need to respect yourself in the way of like what means something to you. What are your needs? And that's a good idea to get a journal and to write about them. Write them down, you know, because a lot of times people can take, they can read things and take it a lot easier than, you know, face-to-face communication, because it could come off wrong. Like defense, it could come off accusatory where people want to like, you know, I didn't do anything wrong and stuff. So sometimes it's easier to digest someone's writing and to read it and then consider it, you know, instead of just blowing up or getting defensive. So that's an idea, you know, and respecting what means something to you. So not doing things just because other people think it looks right or good, but doing things that speak to you. So that's your guys' reading, Capricorn, for the for August 12th to September 12th. And I don't know, I don't want to forget anything. Let me mention again Astro Tarot Synergy. She's great. Go ahead and go to her channel. Her link is in the description. If you want a reading from me, the link is in the description for that as well. Like, subscribe, share, comment. I love to talk to you guys, so comment, and I'll comment back always. And, oh yeah, don't forget to see that video about the marriage counseling. It's really cool, actually. It taught me a lot. I never thought that I'd be interested in something like that, so go ahead and just, you know, check it out if you think that seems cool. And his channel as well. I'm sorry, I can't remember his name right now. I think his name is Anders or something. Yeah, I don't know, but I'll put it in the description. So I apologize, so forgive me, please. But yeah, you guys have a great month, and I'll see you next month. Okay, bye bye.